So Jen, we know that you've played around with the software a lot, so I wanted to just ask you to give us a kind of like a walkthrough on your journey on where did you start, how did you find all these cool features? Because I'm sure that everyone's gonna want to know.
Sure, sure. I understand. Let me share my screen. We'll see what I can do here. All right. So this is the social covers. Can you see this
Yes.
strategic marketer?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right. So this is what you get when you sign in. And so if you click this big button with the arrows and the circle around it, that's where you go to get into the software. And once you're in the software, you can just click create covers and you can click new business. And this is one really cool feature too that comes in handy for a lot of different elements that the software does. But so business name, let's think of something. Marana Regional Airport. All right. So well, let's say it's an aerial photography. I don't know. There's probably travel as a category, but it automatically populates most of the information, and then if you know the owner name, then you can put that in. And generally, if you're creating a business from this front, then you probably know the owner name or the contact name. So we'll just say Bob Smith, um, owner, and okay. Okay, and then you click next. You can do local business or online business. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I haven't noticed a huge difference in those. Now you can sort, these are all the templates. So there are a lot to choose from, and you can sort by different categories, but really I think, however you want to find the one that you want to do. So let's say we liked this one, right? All right, so you click next, you say, and you select the master cover, the super cover. And it's working. And then this gives you an idea of what part of the picture and everything will be seen or not seen. So right away, you can just double click and change out the logo. Super simple. You can upload them all in My Gallery, but let's say that we wanted to use, one of our little icons, right? Okay, so let's say that's their logo. And then you can change it. It's super simple. You just click on it. Let's say we liked the stars. So all the elements are on the left side. And when you mouse over them on the left side, you'll see they get highlighted on the picture itself, or vice versa. When you're highlighting it over the picture, then you'll see it on the left as highlighted. So that's pretty cool. You can turn things on or off with a little eyeball. So let's say we wanted to turn the stars yellow or a nice gold color, then we could do that. So it's very, very simple. Generally, when I've done these, I've changed it to their website. So, and then I usually make it a little easier to see. So I bold them so it would be easier because, the fonts get kind of small on some of these devices and stuff. So that's the only thing that I really change up. And then this is a cool feature. So here we have the image, right? But let's say that there were pictures on their website, it would actually bring them in oftentimes. But otherwise, you can say, you can search for something.
So their pictures from their website show up under the default gallery. Is that or
They'll show up under site gallery.
okay? So
So
if they have those images already, like their logo and pictures and stuff, it will automatically upload there.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yep. And there are categories here too that you can use under the default gallery. And then if you're really not finding what you're looking for, you can go to like Pixabay or something and get a free stock image if you can't find what you're looking for. But this has a lot of nice, really professional images. So, well, if it was,
So let's say that like this cover is completely done. What would be your next step to like either automate it or share it with the business owner? What other features would you use to kind of make this like a complete campaign?
sure. So we made it look best airport. Okay. All right. So we did that. Then you click next. Then this is going to have you ask it, because it's going to format it for the different covers, it's going to ask you to frame it the way you want it framed for each different. So depending on the picture, the crop is a little different, right? Like there, her ear was falling off. Here, we want to make sure her eyes and her mouth are in
I
there.
love that. It's so easy.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah. Um, And so there, and you can even change it out on these different ones if you really wanted to, but all right, so we click save and then boom, they are all created. And sometimes they need to be tweaked a little bit. This actually turned out pretty nice. Um, so I could have gotten them a better logo, but besides that, everything looks laid out really, I mean, the spacing is good and all that. Of course, I might have tweaked it a little bit, but the idea is not to redesign it. It's just to replace elements, right? Okay, so then you click approve all. Then it says, cool, show me my covers. And this will give you the download page, but that's not the page that we're going to show to the potential client. So in the case of what I did with the people that I was calling up, I called the guy up once I had the images ready for him to look at. Okay, so here it is. These are the final designs. You can always go back in and edit them, but let's go back to his contact record. I think my internet's a little slow because we're doing the video at the same time. So sorry about
Yeah, it's always like that with internet. It's not your fault.
that. It's working on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then this is that contact's information. You can add notes to their file. You can send an email directly from this software. You can create more covers. All their information is there. Okay, oh, it's Fly Marana. All right, okay, so here, one thing to be aware of is it already pulled in their social connections based on their website. So it pulled that in automatically.
Wow.
And now when we go look at the covers, there are a few different options, and the draft link is what we want to look at. Opens up in a new page. So this is, you call them or you send it to them, you get them on the phone, whatever, however you're doing it, you send them the link and you say, here, take a look at this. And as they're looking at it, then you say, okay, so we designed this Facebook header for you, and that's designed to look fantastic on mobile or desktop, both. And then you say, but blah, 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 whatever's in the script here, the script that we have. And then you say, and please go look at the side-by-side view. This is what you have right now. And this is what it could look like across all of your platforms. So it
That
has
is
consistent
crazy.
branding
Look
in
at
it.
that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's very powerful. Obviously, your free billboard space is not really being utilized right now like it could be. So, so that's what you do there. And then in terms of other things, so the cover automation, this is where you can add in the monthly or however, whenever you want them to change out. If you have someone on an agreement for month by month or whatever, a package of 6 months or 12 months, then essentially you can add that cover automation. You can create a bunch of covers all just in a batch. I mean, you saw how fast it was for me to create that one cover. Of course, I would do something more in line with their branding for the airport, but very straightforward. It's 5 to 10 minutes at the most, I would say. So you spend an hour creating 6 months worth of covers, and then you add the cover automation in here. That's really straightforward for them. Then there's email, site gallery, and if you had other things. So there's actually a way that here you can send them an email once you have them as a customer, and they want to continue on, then, or even if they just want the one and they want you to change them out for them, then you send them the email and they will connect their social media accounts. Now, the only one that doesn't is this LinkedIn one. And so you have to work with that by hand. But
So basically, they can go into and update their business information in your dashboard so that it automatically update it for them. Is that what you meant?
So this creates the API connection for them. So like if they want to grant you access to all of their pages, they can do that, or they can just, you send them this email and then they will connect their social media pages so that the API integration can change that image out.
Love it. And then the only one that's not automatically updatable is the LinkedIn one, correct?
Right. Yep. So super cool. And that's just the covers. So very straightforward, like very straightforward. And everything is organized. You don't need another CRM to manage all your clients. You can literally keep all the information in here and work with them, especially if this is your core business. You don't need to move them on to another place. But the next thing is the landing pages. And this is kind of your lead generation funnel. And it's super cool. So I was calling veterinarians to see how that went. And they've created 12 different versions of lead pages for you. You can split test them, but don't get overly fancy, just try one out. They let you white label. So if you have a domain that you want to send to it instead of, your subdomain under social covers or whatever it is, then you can do that. So let's click on edit page. I just want to show you what this looks like. It looks super clean, super sharp. It's very straightforward. It even has, you can add a countdown timer. You can add spots left, and it counts them down, and it can be an evergreen or a fixed date timer. So you can change any of this out just like on the headers, and you can change, if you want to change the messaging or switch things around, whatever. But they give you this, and then I just, added real testimonials that I had. This isn't a real testimonial picture, but it's a real testimonial. And then it has some samples, and you can change those samples if you want. So like I did a vet one and I made vet samples. So when they scroll down and they see the options, they all look like vet headers. So it's fantastic. So super simple. You can turn any of these things on and off. I mean, it's amazing. And you can test it.
This for the vet industry. So like, if I'm the business owner purchasing the software, and this is a service I'm offering, I can literally customize each funnel to focus on whoever I'm sending it to, right? And you can do it all from here.
So you can create as many of these landing pages to get leads for offer. So the idea is that this is to offer your free one cover, right? So yeah, you can make hundreds of them if you want. You can make one for every social media platform. Let's say I was reaching out to LinkedIn people. You can make it, get your LinkedIn cover design, background design or whatever, and send all of your LinkedIn conversations to the LinkedIn page and see how that does. And you can split test and stuff, but it's super simple just to pick one design. Like here, okay. Where is it? Create new page. It's right here. So you create a new page, and then you just pick it. And it's set up for you. Like, you change a couple little things. It puts your business information at the bottom already. It's done. And you just start sending people to that link. It's really straightforward. So then the leads will come in through here. Those are whether they've come through, you were talking to people, or you sent them an email and they're clicking through and signing up, or whatever it is. And then there is this background remover feature, which is really nice, because I used to pay like $5 a month or something
Yep.
for a background remover, and this is that same thing, and it's built into this. So if you have a client's picture from their website, you can just remove the background and add it into one of their headers. So then the other thing that I found is this lead gen campaigns, and at first I didn't really understand what it was, but I was just playing with this a little bit ago. You can see, wow, okay, I just sent this a couple hours ago, maybe
Nice.
an hour ago, and right away they open the email, right? So what this is, and you can change your settings. So let's say you talked to someone, or you had a business in mind that you had worked with in the past or whatever. So let's say it's this restaurant nearby. So it automatically populates all their information. And this did take a little bit of time when I was doing it, even without the video. But
Because it's doing all the data kind
yeah,
of gathering. Yeah.
yep, it's pulling in information.
It's like we want microwave results, but at the same time, it's like this is technology. This could take way longer.
Oh yeah,
If you have to
exactly,
do this,
exactly.
one by one, like have to open a Yelp review, you have to open a Facebook page, you have to open a LinkedIn, So it's like this just is like doing everything automatically, which is a time saver for sure.
Mhm.
Sure.
Huge.
And then while this is going on, like even for I think existing businesses, for instance, you have a SEO agency, for any other agency, for instance, if they were to add this to their service, like this is something you can train one of your team members to do very easily, because all the training is already in there. So like after we do this, if you can just kind of show everyone where you found all of the resources,
Mhm.
so that way if we have a question, like we can just like go through that whatever resource they already have existing.
Sure. Yeah. So then in this case, the purpose of this lead gen campaign is so that people can reach out with a follow-up email campaign. So let's say we thought that this would look really nice for that restaurant. So essentially, if I had already talked to them, I could follow up with this email sequence. Or if you just don't even want to talk to anyone and you just want to send them messages, emails, then this handles that for you. The emails are included, and you can choose whether you've been a customer, whether you were referred by them, or you were just in the market for what they do. So this opens up a ton. And so yeah, here, these are their current Facebook covers. What? And they could have best restaurant in Marana or whatever.
I guess
So
they
then
don't have a good Facebook cover, which is why they need your service.
exactly, I may be reaching out to them. So I haven't been a customer, but I know a person who's been a customer. And then you're right, they love coming to your place for their anniversary or whatever. So then okay. And then you can choose what is their, customer profile. What's the vocabulary that they use? Like, are they guests, subscribers? So it's so versatile, right? So next step. Oh, no.
I love that they have the training video right there as well, right? That's a tutorial on the right side, the video.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yep. Yeah. So then it gives a whole email where you kind of introduce yourself, why you're reaching out, and then after that, boom, it's got a scarcity based email sequence and five different emails. You can change the time it goes out. I mean, like, this is all built into the software. You would pay so much for someone to even set up this funnel for you, much less the other funnel,
Yeah.
and then the software that does all this stuff all at once. Like,
Yeah. It's a high converting email copy as well.
right, right.
Amazing. It's
Yeah,
already tested and proven. That's why it's there, which is awesome. So
yeah.
all of that is awesome. I'm getting excited to jump in there myself and explore it a little bit more. But can you show us where you started, as far as which video did you get started on, so you feel confident in diving in and feeling your way through the software?
Well, like I said, when I first got into the software, I just clicked the buttons and I clicked create covers. That's it. And then I picked a random business and I started testing it.
You mentioned a master class earlier. Where was that?
So in the actual login page,
Mm,
there are these videos here. So then, yeah, watch these. They'll give you more ideas. And David does an awesome job of encouraging people to just get some small wins. Like, you don't need to sell $500 a month contract right out off the bat.
yep,
Just, get even $50
yep,
or whatever you're comfortable with as your minimum, because the value is totally there for these companies. Like,
yeah,
I hope that everyone can see that the professional designs, that's valuable to them, especially in today's marketplace. And honestly, the more people that can help local businesses get that next step ahead in this environment is so, so valuable. If we can get people focusing on being productive instead of looking at the news and wondering, what all is going on there, getting productive is the way that we're going to get out of this mess.
yep, definitely, for sure. Thank you so much, Jen, for doing that. I know it's very simple for you, but apparently, things can get lost, as we kind of like dive into the software and get inside there. So it's nice to just kind of have a simple walkthrough. So thank you again for your time. And I'll see you around.
Absolutely. Thank you, Anna.
You're welcome.